None of these are Deceit. Do we have a Deceit in our bin? We don't. They have a Ketramos in their bin. So I think I'm taking Cruel Claw's Heist the End here. So 2 for the Heist. Is it greedy of me to want to... Still really want to hit a Deceit here to bounce my Ugin back to my hand. Okay. Monument. Deceit. Alright, yeah. This seems like a really good matchup. Like, losing game 1 like that was very awful, but game 2 and 3 felt super easy. We just have all the tools to beat them. I'm not sure what that deck is good against in the format. Like, it's obviously good against Cub, but yeah, I'm not sure what else. So they get to start attacking. They're going to draw 2 cards here. Oh my god! But I think I need to just evoke it and take their Shoot the Sheriff so that I can block with my Restless Reef. That was probably just greedy on my part, trying to go for the cat. I think I need a chump here, which sucks. Oh, wow. I do get something. Wow. I mean, I guess I just take their other cat. Okay, so it enters as an enchant. What is up, everybody? Thank you for being here. Got another iteration on the Dimir Control deck that I've been in love with this season. We're in the last few weeks of the Lorwyn Eclipse season before Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comes out, and the metagame after the Pro Tour has really just kind of settled. And there's lots of give and take in terms of what percentage of metagame shares are going where and how we want to like fine-tune the knobs of the deck. So these are the weeks of the metagame that I absolutely love. And as a control player, especially, like once you have like the established field and you know what you're gunning for, then you can kind of like build your deck accordingly. And so I feel really good about where this is right now into the given metagame of Landfall. Mono green Landfall is number 1, Lessons is number 2, and then Excruciator is number 3. The deck lists got submitted for the Arena Championship. Let's see, I'm recording this on Wednesday night, so the deck list for the Arena Championship got submitted and published yesterday, I believe, and that's how it shook out. Landfall, Lessons, Excruciator. I think actually Cub was number 3 and then Excruciator was number 4, something like that. I like this deck into all those decks. Lessons is a close matchup. Landfall, I think we're slightly favored. Cub, I think we're slightly favored. Excruciator is like a buy almost with this deck. So I like where we're at. Unfortunately, the matches that we played today, we did not play against any of those decks because that's the arena ladder for you. But we did have a sweet run. We're pretty high in Mythic right now, so you know, really liking the deck. Story of the deck. So the first blue-black control deck I made was playing 4 Deceits and 4 Archenemy's Charms and 2 Ugins, and I liked Archenemy's Charm, being able to get back the Deceits and the Ugins, and then that kind of just gave you the inevitability. That deck was a little bit slow and clunky into the Lessons matchup, and Kavaero has really been the inclusion that makes me feel a little more confident about the Lessons matchup, because You spend a lot of the early turns, like you're going to turn to evoke a Deceit to try and get something out of their hand. And then if you have a Kavaero, if they do stick something like through some disruption, or they just card velocity, get another copy, or they just have multiple copies in their hand, you still have a way to answer an Artist's Talent or a Monument without having to like survive until turn 6 and hope that they don't have counter spell for your Deceit. So playing 2 Kavaero in the main deck, we only have Deceit and Unagi, and then 1 Harvester of Misery in the main deck for us to copy our own creatures. But Kavaero can copy our opponent's creatures, and that comes up a lot. So I'm comfortable playing 2 in the main deck. There have been a couple spots where I have it in my hand and I'm like, this is not super exciting, but then, we play a bunch of removal, so like stitching together, like getting a little bit of value off of playing our off of our opponent's creatures. Kavaero has proven his worth. So trimmed down on the Ugins, got some Kavaeros in there, made room for 1 Harvester of Misery just for the Kavaero synergy, and it's a reasonable removal spell on 2. Trimmed on the Archenemy's Charms. We are playing the 23 black sources needed to reliably cast Archenemy's Charm, but playing 4 of them, it just felt super bad drawing the 1 island that I had in the deck in the Archenemy's Charm build, and then like having to play, I think we had like 3 starting towns in that deck and no demolition fields. So that felt bad. So going down to 2, I feel a little more comfortable playing these 3 lands that can't cast Archenemy's Charms, but the rest of the lands can. And then diversifying into the end, because it's a similar exile effect. We need it to kill Kaito and Cat, and it's the end is also better than Archenemy's Charm against landfall, so there's that. But I like having the raised dead effect. The life link is relevant against red, and then just clean straight exile target creature, planeswalker, very relevant. Very relevant. So Spell Snare, I've fluctuated with the numbers on Spell Snare a bunch. Everybody sides in 2 casting cost interaction against control, whether it be Detect Intrusion, Negate, Disdainful Stroke, Cruel Claws, Heist, you name it. So for a while I was down to just 1 Spell Snare in the main deck, because there's a bunch of decks out there with they're like trimming down on the number of 2-drops, specifically landfall only plays 4 cubs, sometimes a bill or a curator, but Spell Snare is not at its best against landfall, but against like every other matchup, Spell Snare catches a bunch of stuff, and then you want 2 of them in your deck post board, just because like I said, everyone sides into the 2 casting cost interaction against us. So that's the main deck. Unagi is still in the main deck. I think it's very good against Lessons. It's very good against Dimir Midrange. And yeah, it's just a like Waterbend 4 on board is a huge cost sometimes. So it's just like it does just, you can ambush something in combat. So loving the Unagi still. But yeah, at this point, I've already talked about all these cards in previous content. Go check those out if you want to see kind of the evolution of the deck. But I did not include Kavaero in the deck for the longest time because I felt like I needed more creatures. And then, how do you say his name? In the Rebellion Discord, Yegways? I'm probably mispronouncing that. In the Rebellion Discord, was talking to me about his build of blue-black control, and he had 2 Kavaeros in the main deck, and I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot, and I absolutely loved it. So I don't know why I didn't try it out before. I felt like I needed more creatures, and that's just not the case. Sideboard has flexed a little bit, down to 2 heists. I realized I had way too many cards to bring in against Lessons and the Excruciator deck, so I like trimmed a little bit of the extra cards there, and then got Riverturn Monument is kind of like my hope to cheese them out against Lessons. You know, we drag the game out, top deck a Riverturn Monument mid-game. They've probably drawn through half their deck at that point, and we can just cheese them out. And then same thing against Excruciator. If they do, if the game is a non-Torpor Orb game, which it often is because they play so much one casting cost hand disruption, then if they go for like the turn 4 Excruciator, we can have Riverturn Monument as an out. Yeah, got a second Harvester of Misery in here to go with the Kavaero. It's good against like some of the small ball, like red and white decks that are running around. The end is just against, mostly against Dimir Midrange, because since it hits Cat and Kaito. And then, yeah, that's really the only churn in the sideboard. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Be happy to talk about how I sideboard in particular matchups, especially since I didn't play against any of the big matchups in this video. But loving this deck. We'll see what the next couple videos after this are going to be. Might just keep playing this deck and try and make a deep ladder climb this month. We'll see. Don't know. But thanks for being here. Let me know what you think. Hope you're enjoying the content. Like, comment, subscribe. Helps grow the channel and encourages me to keep doing this. And even when I have a slight cold. So apologies for the cough and the raspy voice. But enjoy the matches. Peace. Andy. What a name. What a name. Rank 1593. Ooh. Ooh, no double black. Around the draw. Ooh. I mean, we do have 22 other black sources in the deck. So we're at like 50% to draw one. We have 2 shots at about 50% to draw one by turn 2. I'm going to keep this. This, like, if we draw a second black, this hand is very solid. And they're just mulliganing into Oblivion, so these Deceits are going to be good. Wow. This is the appropriate time to use that emote. Okay, well, we might be in some trouble if we don't draw a land here. Glacial Dragon Hunt. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, this is the Spellementals deck. Well, of all the decks to like potentially win off of a, this is not good. Of all the decks to potentially win off of a 3-card hand. We don't have a clean answer to that. Well, we might be in some trouble here. This is embarrassing. Man. Mana. Like, even by turn 3, we were pretty favored to win this game. Get to nab their Earth Elemental before they go off, but That's embarrassing. Okay, this is good against them. This is good against them. I don't think I care about Torpor Orb. This is good against them. Duress is good against them. Heist is good against them. What's completely dead? Day of Black Sun, Requiting Hex. 3 more cards. They play stuff for Spell Snare. Harvester's basically nothing burger against them. Maybe River Churn is like we want River Churn against Lessons because they just draw through their deck, and then it's hard to control all their non-creature permanents, and so we just want to kill them instead of trying to endlessly control them. But against this deck, I think I'm pretty confident that we can just control their 12 threats. I mean, they probably bring in Riddler too, but I don't think we need Monument here. I don't think I want to cut anything else. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. I have not played this matchup very much. Alright, this is much better. Nice. So I'm deceiving first because there might be a world in which I want to potentially gift the heist. But I think I just take the crab here. Or maybe I take abandoned attachments. They don't have a whole lot going on if I take their abandoned attachments. Crab is gonna cost 5. They're gonna spell pierce this heist. Yeah, I like taking the attachments here. Especially with Betrayal in our hand, we can potentially I'm gonna just no, I can do this next turn and then invalidate their spell pierce. Yeah, I'm just drawing so many lands, there was no point in just giving them a card with the spell pierce. Double crab into the Flood Maw. I think I'm going to take the Spell Pierce here. I don't care about any of these other things. Crab costs 5, so they can flash one in, and then if we take the Spell Pierce, then we can just get them with a cover-up. Okay, so they will be able to cast Crab next turn. I think I just want to do this now, make sure it resolves. Yeah, when they go for the crab at the end of turn, I can just the end it. I already have a Deceit in my bin. Yeah. Get out. Okay, that's a relevant card with our handful of creatures. They have Ral, okay. Ooh, Bellion. So it's only a creature on his turn, and I sided out Hex. They have 2 strokes, a negate, a bounce off, a spell pierce. 2 strokes, negate, spell pierce, bounce off. Okay. And to get out. Creature or enchantment spell. Into the Floodmaw, can hit Restless Reef. Yeah, let's just do it this way. Let them get me out, and then I can Kavaero. Okay, we're taking this. Although maybe I should have taken the Winter Night stories and then just betrayaled him. Them. I guess their name is Andy. Black. Black. Yeah, we'll take Winter Night Stories. You got it. And they have 36 cards left in their deck. Maybe we do want Monument. Just bash them for 8. I don't hate that. I mean, they don't have any more crabs. This is an elemental, so it's not going to get Sunderflocked. How much does Sunderflock cost to hardcast? 9? They have 7 right now. Yeah, let's just get aggro on them. They don't have a bunch of interaction.
On a mission. You get to be my protege today.
Are they going to hold up Stroke? They have 1 Stroke left in their deck. No, they're not going to hold up Stroke.
Time to embrace the local culture.
Okay, so we get to Deceit the Ral.
Aha! A solution!
They can play cheap Sunderflock, and all it does is bounce their Otter, so honestly, they're probably going to chump here. Okay. Not chumping. They have 20 cards left in their deck. Bellion. It is an elemental. Yeah, they should have just chumped with their otter since it's just getting bounced. Can I just take a hit from Sunderflock, or should I just go for the cover-up now? They have 1 Hearth Elemental left and 2 Sunderflocks. And I'm not going to be able to block this Bellion. They have 18 cards left in their deck and they're at 6. They do have 1 stroke left in their deck though, so like if I make a chump attack and then... Interesting. That makes me wonder if I want a deadly cover up here. I don't think so. They kept it on top. Internet stories, okay. Pitching a Hearth Elemental. They have 13 cards left in their deck, 11 cards left in their deck. They already pitched their bounce off. They only had 1 bounce off when we looked at their deck with the end. So they probably have the stroke in their hand. Negating it, not stroking it. They only had 1 negate. So I'm just gonna do this. Like, I could go for the Heartless Act here, but it should be a bit more aggressive. I forgot they had 1 more Ral left in their deck.
Oh yeah. Plans coming together.
But honestly, like, they're going down to so few cards left in their deck.
It's time to embrace the local.
Are they just trying to deck themselves out? Yeah, they have 4 cards left in their deck. They're dead to both of my Restless Reefs. Yeah, I think they're just trying to deck themselves out.
Together we can shift the current.
Weird. I feel like if they were just a little less aggressive with okay, they have Bellion. Yeah, if they were a little less aggressive with their card draw, then like they were attacking me. So I feel like if they played that differently, they very much had a shot. Okay, we have 4 answers to Ral. Spell Snare answers Bellion. Harvester doesn't really answer Bellion, but like Archenemy's Charm in the end and Heartless Act all answer it, so I don't really want to bring in Heist or Hex just to answer it, but I think I am going to bring in Return Monument. What am I going to take out for it though? Maybe 3 steps ahead. Maybe Ugin. I'm on the draw, so maybe Ugin is worse. And let's... 3 steps is kind of awkward on the draw, but... yeah, we'll try this. Spell Snare gets... they have two Disdainful Strokes and a negate, as well as, like, their card draw spells that Spell Snare can hit, so... I like keeping in Spell Snare over the 3 steps. Yeah, this is a great hand. If they have like an early Bellion, then we might be in some trouble, but... let's see. Do I want to pop off this Duress now? What am I trying to catch on turn 2 with it, or on to keep them off of on turn 2 with a Duress? Like they just have their filtering, so I think just getting my tap land into play is going to be more important. Okay. All right. They just did nothing with their mana. Let's see what you got. Disdainful Stroke, Get Out, Earth Elemental, and Sunderflock. Okay. Let's take... counter target creature or enchantment spell. So this costs 4. love that. I think the CMC of this, when they play the adventure side, becomes 2. I'm not 100% on that, but I think that's the case. So if we are able to Spell Snare it, which I'm like 90% sure that we can, we're just going to Spell Snare it and then consult. If we can't Spell Snare it, yeah, we can't Spell Snare it. Nice. Excuse me. Yeah, if we couldn't Spell Snare it, then we just do Unagi and draw 2 off of it. But we are winning this race. And we have a man land. Alright, yeah. Alright, yeah. This seems like a really good matchup. Like, losing game 1 like that was very awful, but game 2 and 3 felt super easy. We just have all the tools to beat them. I'm not sure what that deck is good against in the format. Like, it's obviously good against Cub, but yeah, I'm not sure what else. 88%. I didn't know that Mythic went that low. Okay, we're on the play. This could be too slow against a lot of different things, but if we need to consult on 2, we can. We have lands. I really hate mulliganing, so I probably keep more hands than I should. But, I mean, like, we have our colors, we have... Like, Kavaero's almost a blank, but we'll see. White. Okay. We'll see if we need to pop off this consult. Okay, this looks like control. Ooh. So it's like that blue-white warp deck. They have like a toolbox. Okay. Let's see what they got. If they want to no moralize me, I can Spell Snare it. Maybe I should have waited 1 turn. Because I would much rather just... Ooh. That seems awful. Okay. I don't have 2 more black to cast it again this turn. Oh, misplay. Misplay. Did not think about that. I don't really want to play it for blue-blue. But getting a 2-mana 5/5 into play here is pretty tempting. Let's just play it for blue-black. Like, if they deal with it, then we can Kavaero. Excuse me. I didn't think that the prison deck played Starfield Shepherd. I thought this was some sort of, like, pixie deck. Starfield Vocalist. Okay. I am not sure what is going on here. But I feel like I should be concerned. They're gonna, like, double trigger Starfield Shepherd next turn. Am I supposed to start racing them? Maybe. I mean, let's see what we hit with Consult. No. I'd rather see what they end up doing with their turn before I commit to what I get with Consult. Excuse me. I think I'm supposed to be racing them because I can't block their flyers. They're probably going to be getting a Pixie with this Starfield Shepherd. This is an interesting deck. Starfield Shepherd, Starfield Vocalist. Let's counter that. So this doesn't seem to be like the High Noon, like Aven Interrupter deck. I can Kavaero their Voice of Victory though. Let's see if this resolves. Deadly Cover-Up seems like it's going to be good against them. Hex and Spell Snare less so. Okay. Well, let's see what's in their hand. What in the world? What in the world indeed? Okay. If one or more tokens would be created under your control. Elspeth makes 2 tokens. I think I take the 3-drop. Blue, blue, black. Black. Yeah, I'm glad I attacked last turn. Okay. I don't know what their deck is trying to do. Like, they've got a bunch of boom booms. Elspeth. They don't play a lot of non-creature spells. The only non-creature spell we saw was Elspeth. So if they're trying to do like Elspeth things, bring in the End, bring in Heist. I don't care about their graveyard. They play Voice, so we need Hex. Unagi. We didn't see any like straight card draw from them. Heartless Act is probably good. Voice was the only 2-mana spell that we saw. They gotta play like some number of pixies though, because they're playing the Starfield Shepherd. I think am I supposed to bring in Torpor Orb here? Probably. Probably. Cut Harvester. Day and Deadly Cover-Up seem good. I mean, they are playing Elspeth, so maybe Harvester is gonna be good. I want to trim on Hex. I feel like they gotta bring in like 2-mana interaction spells, so I'm gonna keep in Spell Snare. I think, man, sideboarding with this is tricky. I'm gonna trim a Kavaero because I'm bringing in Torpor Orb. I'm only gonna bring in 2 Torpor Orbs. Like I saw Aang and Shepherd. And I need to cut one more card. I think that it might just be Heist. Yeah. This guy's an 88% with this wonky brew. Okay, they just didn't want to play. Okay, I'll take it. Got 100 rank from that, so I mean, it's not super informative content, but you know, a win's a win. I'm not even gonna try and say that one, but their rank 1707. Yeah, I like this. Got interaction if they're aggro, got some card draw if they're control. Got black on turn 2 if we draw Deceit. Don't know what they're playing yet, so gonna hold off on surveilling since we drew this tap land. Black-white. Maze Mind Tome. Ooh, okay. Alright, I see you. I see you, Control Mirror. Don't want Hex. And they're fishing for lands. Well, they must have... Okay. Yeah, let's just keep making our land drops. Ketrabos. I have Charm and the End to handle that, but not much else, unfortunately, so it's I'm surprised that they didn't have a land and they did not scry during their upkeep. Because they're going to draw a card from Ketramos here. So let's... From graveyards or the battlefields during your turn. A whole lot of nothing here. Like, they have to play Hex, right? So there's no point in attacking into their Hex. I mean, I guess I could have also played Harvester, but they probably just have a whole bunch of exile-based removal in their hand. Solemn Simulacrum. Okay, I'd love to see that card see in play. That takes me back to 2006, 2005, something like that. Okay, okay, there's the end. I love to see that. Yeah, let's just do this now. That was a great draw. Double Ugin, Unidentified Starship, Pinnacle Starcage. Sire. Wow, they're playing 4 Ugins, 3 Deadly Cover-Ups, Rise of Sozin, 2 The Ends, Exercise, Outrageous Robbery, Aang's Iceberg, Strategic Betrayal. Wow. They're just like extraction deck. Okay. So they can play Ugin next turn, which is kind of scary. The End, 3 Devious Cover-Up, Rise of Sozin. Okay. This might be troublesome. Like, we don't have a ton of just straight, we don't have a ton of straight, counter spells, so we might be in some trouble here. Target creature with toughness 5 or less.
If my interventions require insight, is vital to success.
Well, there's our 3 steps. Let's see.
I will not die here again.
Yeah, this feels like it's gonna be a bad matchup. Like, if I was playing more 3 steps ahead, or like sideboarding some negates or something, I'd feel like this would be super easy. But my deck is not configured that way because there's like not very many control decks. What is he gonna hit? Is he gonna hit Consult? It's probably gonna hit Consult. Yeah. That was a good draw.
An undisciplined strike. The wise heed my advice.
Sozin. Let's see. I think I'm supposed to take the end and then just try and counter whatever they play here. So they get to double spell.
Mana courses through all things.
Deadly cover up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they can still Rise of Sozin here. Yeah. That was probably one of our best draws. Their hand is just so stacked, though. Let's... So if I Deceit Ugin back to their hand, and then Deadly cover up their Ugin, I think that's probably my best line here. Oh, they exiled their Ugin. No. Oh, I thought they had one in their yard. Oops. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Not feeling great about this matchup, but we get some goodies here. Get to take out all of these dead cards. What is our least dead card here? Annul. Yeah. And the Strategic Betrayal can hit Ketramos if they don't have another creature. Do I want that more than anything else? Spell Snare was not great, but they do play. They're probably bringing in Heist, and they do play like Exercise, whatever, that Exile, Disenchant. So I think Spell Snare is gonna be fine. Fine? Yeah. Let's do a split then. Okay. Petty. And we got rid of the Exercise. That feels good. Let's do it this way. Are we gonna get to block? If we block, then we get to... They draw a card, and then we draw 2 cards. Because that'd be pretty sweet. Iceberging the Monument. Okay. I'll take it. That seems like a fair trade. May draw. Ooh, so they opted not to. Let's go see what we can hit. So if they draw land, then they can unidentified hover ship. I guess I'm taking that then. Oh. Oh. Oh, that feels awful. They're taking my Ugin. Okay. -6. They're at 6. So they're gonna go to 2, play Ugin. No, that's just gonna get exiled by Ugin. Maybe I just want to side out Terminus. Yep. So they go to 5. Ooh. Playing a Restless Fortress. Okay.
That was all the aid I wish to give.
Three outrageous robberies is pretty sick. But they can go to 8, and then 4, 8. This is 10 mana. So if they... No, I don't think I'm supposed to play the Terminus, unfortunately. Yep. You have an Ugin. My Ugin. Let's... Ooh, if I can deceit my Ugin back to my hand and then take their outrageous robbery, that will be very sweet. Come on, let's we have 9 looks to hit a deceit. That'd be pretty sick. None of these are deceit. Do we have a deceit in our bin? We don't. They have a Ketramos in their bin. So I think I'm taking Cruel Claw's Heist the End here. So 2 for the heist. Is it greedy of me to want to... Still really want to hit a Deceit here to bounce my Ugin back to my hand. Okay. Monument, Deceit. They have 22 cards left in their deck, so let's do this. And this. Behind on time. Four cards left in their deck. Terminus. Bring in that Spell Snare. That Cruel Claws heist was so backbreaking. Kind of want to find room for this Strategic Betrayal too. Like hitting Solemn with it is pretty good. Although I guess hitting Solemn with a Null, excuse me, is even better. Yeah, okay. Just one strategic betrayal. Gotta love these control mirrors. Ooh. We'll try it. Okay. Would have loved to annul that, but can't complain that we just keep drawing Deceits. I think I'm supposed to just stock up here. Ooh. Double blue yet? But I will have Restless Reef next turn, so let's just take another stock up, and then... Is it greedy to take 3 steps here instead of my 6th land? I only have 1 3 steps in the deck, so I think I'm supposed to take it. Okay. Let's, they're probably gonna just fire off this outrageous robbery for 2. And we get to take probably Iceberg. They took our 3 stops, okay. Do I care about exiling all of their outrageous robberies? Maybe. Or I could just start slamming Deceits down and then have mana to hold up. No, I'll keep this. Drawing triple manland in the control mirror seems real good. What could be under here? I should have played the Watery Grave if I'm going to say go here. No, I'll run it out. Wow. Wow. Okay, I guess I'm taking Maze Mind Tome. Well, now we just gotta go aggro on them with our Restless Reefs. And they drew Ketramos. Nice. Well, this River Turn Monument gives us a game plan. Unfortunately, we can't run it out because they have Exercise in their hand. What is a way that they can get one more card into exile? At instant speed. I can't think of one. I don't know if I could even play around one if I could think of one. Ketramos is going to be on pretty soon. That sucked. Okay. I mean, we get one more turn of them not having Ketramos on. They get to start attacking. They're going to draw 2 cards here. Oh my god! Ah. Yeah, this Annul has done nothing this game. Man, we were so close. Because they were gonna... What? They're taking Deadly Cover-Up? Are they just gonna Deadly Cover-Up our Riverturn Monument? Oh, they're gonna Deadly Cover-Up and exile their graveyard so that we don't get to mill anything. Yeah. I mean, either way, we were just dead to that heist. You got it. We just keep drawing blanks off of these extraction effects. They're at 9. Now they're at 13. And they get to gain 4 with Maze Mind Tome. What are you doing? What? Do they just not have any answers to Reef? I feel like we have no business winning this game. That was our Strategic Betrayal that they played. Huh. They have 10 cards left in their deck. I can mill them for 8. They get to block 1. And then they have 2 cards left in their deck. And then we get to play another Restless Reef. Wow. I have no idea how we won this game. They just had to have sideboarded. Like, I guess they sideboarded out their hexes. They can Outrageous Robbery me. I have 32 cards left in my deck. Yeah. Wow. I did not expect this to be how this game played out. But, okay. I will take it. I will take it. I guess, like, all their removal is sorcery speed, or like Aang's Iceberg can't hit man lands. The end. Okay. Yeah, Princess Takes Flight is from the same set as this, so it has similar artwork. Good connection, Lily. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have one card left in their deck. Felden's Cane is legal, I think. It is in like that set of cards that was just like reprinted and... Ooh, okay. Alright, good game. I guess they could have hit like another The End from me. Wow, I had no business winning that game. That was sweet though. Stereo Lab, number 342. Everyone we've played against today has been in Mythic, but have not played against very many meta decks. We're on the draw, we have turn 1 Spell Snare. The rest of our hand is reasonable, but not great. And this is the mirror match. Okay, well, I mean, I was just complaining about not playing against meta decks, so here we go. Deep Cavern Bat. You can get Spell Snare. So this is Dimir Midrange, most likely. Let's... I don't have a clean answer for Curiosity, so I have to take it. But being mono-screwed, that Phantom Interference could very well get me. Okay. Drawing into our ramp is one way to play around Phantom Interference. Just let him counter this. Milling themselves. They don't want to mill me. Okay, black, black, blue, blue. All right. Don't think that I would get the Kavaero back, because it says when Enduring Curiosity dies. But I kind of want to block for the sake of science. Ooh. I don't really want to go to 3 here. That is awkward. That map token really threw everything off. because now Kaito is lethal, and this Restless Reef doesn't get blocked by... That was probably just greedy on my part, trying to go for the cat. I think I need a chump here, which sucks. Oh, wow. I do get something. Wow. I mean, I guess I just take their other cat. Okay, so it enters as an enchantment. Okay. So if they can activate Restless Reef and Spyglass Siren and Kaito. I think I'm just supposed to... So my plan here is to block the Restless Reef and then remove the counter from it. They're gonna mill me because I kept it on top, that's fine. They're milling themselves.
I've seen scarier things in a bowl of noodles. I've trained with the best.
Why are they milling themselves? Okay. Almost punted that one because I wanted to see what would happen with Enduring Curiosity. So it comes back as an enchantment. It's not a creature, but because they had a second Curiosity, I got to keep. Okay, I like Heist against them. I like the End against them. What do I not love against them? Deadly Cover-Up is very slow. And Ugin is pretty clunky, especially since they can just Tidebinder. But Ugin is a clean answer to Cat and Kaito. So I think I like Ugin more than I like, I don't know, Harvester. Harvester is okay. Maybe Day is the cut. Like, all their stuff has flash. Unagi is great against them. I think it's either Ugin or Harvester. I'm on the draw, so I'm going to cut the Ugin. They were very flooded that game, so I feel like we got a little lucky. But I also like my configuration against this matchup. Spyglass Siren, okay. I guess we'll do this. We want to be able to hex the bat. So if they don't play a Drowner here, then I'm gonna... Okay, they aren't playing Drowner. Do I want to hex something? Like, if they play Kaito, I'm in some trouble. But I think we just try and preserve our life total here. Ooh. Let's go for it. They can have Spell Pierce or Detect Intrusion. Alright, we got it. Kavaero can take their stuff. I think I just want to consult here, though. Or I could play Terminus and hold up 3 steps. I like that. That's fine. Tidebinder. You have a Tidebinder. Claws Heist and Consult. They don't have any man lands. Yeah, let's do it this way. Let's see what they got in there. Unagi, Enduring Curiosity, Spell Pierce. They can't play Unagi next turn. Unfortunately, if I play this Curiosity and it dies, it goes back to their control. Oh, they can play Unagi. Dang it. They're just jamming it. Okay. Let's draw. That doesn't do anything for me. Kavaero does not transform with Cecil, unfortunately. But I kind of want a Death Toucher. Maybe I'm supposed to consult for 2 to try and... I don't love that either. Could take 8 and go to 3, and then they have a man land. I think I'm supposed to do it this way. Let's just take the Spell Pierce out of their hand. Maybe I was supposed to do Siren, because then that gives me the map token to try and make Kavaero trade with Unagi. That was probably correct. I didn't think about that line. Okay, you have a Deep Cavern Bat. This does relevantly have Flash, so maybe I can get him. Just in time, Spell Snare. Let's see. So I can make the end cost 1 less by pinging myself with starting town. Yeesh. Maybe I won't need to.
I love a dramatic entrance. I've got them pinned. Press the
Wow. So I need a chump Unagi here? That sucks. Yeah, okay. I feel like without that Kaito, I was in a pretty good spot that game. I liked where I was at. Okay. We saw a whole lot of creatures from them and a Spell Pierce and a Kaito, so I really don't like Duress against Dimir Midrange. I kind of want Ugin in. Maybe Harvester comes out on the draw. Or when I'm on the play. Okay, let's do it this way. I wish that, like, all this poetry, the listener's lament that they have in these loading screens or waiting screens, I wish they had, like, a blurb that explained, like, this is what the listener's lament's significance in the plane of Lorwyn and Shadowmoor is. I mean, like, it's cool poetry. I enjoy it as kind of like a change of pace, but I'm sure if I followed more of the story content, they probably explain it somewhere in there, but I don't, so I wish that they just kind of spoon-fed it to me here, since I'm looking at it anyway. Ooh, okay, this is slow, but I will keep it. Let's try and hit an untap black. Yeesh, that is one of our best cards against them, but I need to just hit lands. Okay. Let's do this. And then next turn we can either Deceit or stock up. Nice. Okay. Spell Snare, Spell Pierce. Shoot the Sheriff. Nice. That was very good for them. I don't like the spot that we're in now that we have not drawn a land. Sacked that. Maybe I was supposed to counter it. See, now we're just in a bad spot to their man lands. I feel like if we hit our 4th land on turn 4, then we are in a reasonable position to like play around this Spell Pierce. Yeah, now they get to just bash us with Soulstone Sanctuary. Okay, well we get to resolve our stock up. Hopefully, if we hit like a Day of the Black Sun. Oh, Phantom Interference. They're bottoming it. Okay. Ooh, Double Day. That is interesting. I think it's just Day and Swamp, though. So as long as they don't have a cat or a Kaito this turn. Maybe they play land and activate 2nd Soulstone Sanctuary. That would have been sick. Cecil. I'll take that. So I get to do this for 1. Okay. Well, glad we're getting rid of those. Do I care about Terminus? Maybe. I think Swamp is the safer play though. So I'm going to 6 this turn. They still have Spell Pierce in their hand. Well, that's a Deceit. That does not... So Deceit can't bounce Soulstone Sanctuary. But I think I need to just evoke it and take their Shoot the Sheriff so that I can block with my Restless Reef. It's not good. I think I just... Oh yeah, that was very good. So let's... I can attack with Restless Reef, and then they take 4, and then I Hex the Soulstone Sanctuary. No. I need to just... I need to Hex first. And then I'm just going to hold up 3 steps ahead. Don't really want to run my Ugin into a Spell Pierce. That Spell Pierce has just been wrecking me all game. Kaito. Okay. Well, now we get to resolve our Ugin.
Don't worry, Pom Pom Chan. I've got this. Never underestimate my skills.
And still hold up the end. Glad that's not a harvester.
Ollie, my timeless wisdom. Focus. Breathe.
Ooh, that was a close one. 327. We leapfrogged them. Nice. It's a great feeling. Okay. Well, we ended the night playing against the meta deck, so got my wish. Was not the meta deck I was hoping to play against, but I will take it. I'm still iffy on the Lessons matchup. Like, we at least have the tools to have a puncher's chance against Lessons. Thanks to the Kavaero and the Deceit and the Ugin, like we have slow answers to their artist talent and Monument to Endurance. But there's so much that needs to go right in that matchup. Like Grand is a huge threat, so we need to keep in Hex. Storm Chaser's talent is a huge threat because they can just like chip damage us with the Otters and threaten the Boomerang Loop, threaten getting back like ancestral recall essentially. We need to like control the number of lessons in their graveyard with Strategic Betrayal, but then we're also kind of like hedging with River Turn Monument to maybe just like deck them out. So there's a lot of play to the lessons matchup, and it's close. I do think we're slightly disadvantaged against them, but I was hoping to get some reps against lessons with this build. But I like it into Excruciator. I like it into Landfall. Landfall it can be a little rough, but we have the tools to deal with them with Day of the Black Sun. We have the Annuls in the sideboard. Deceit and Kavaero and Ugin all do work there. Deadly Cover Up in the end can snag their forests if they earthbend onto the forests. If it's a smart earth landfall player, they will not give you the opportunity to extract their forests. Excuse me. So I was super curious about the lessons matchup and the landfall matchup, but we didn't get to play against it tonight. So, but that's the arena ladder for you. What am I doing? Okay. Thanks for checking out the videos. I hope you enjoyed them. I enjoy playing this deck. It's been super fun tweaking it here in the last few weeks of the season before Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comes out. And yeah, peace and chicken grease. Catch you next time.